This is Ben Keys, and you're listening to the Crowject podcast.
Somehow Amble inside, gives it to Rochelle, goal! Rochelle goal! Put that in your forward walk. Took it back a moment ago, almost the second one. Round the body go the Crows, and the net! Elodie! He did it! And he sealed the deal with an amazing goal!
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Crowject. Thank you very much to our sponsors in Nathaniel's Coffee and Peonies and Trojan Aluminium. Today we're going to be talking about the AFLW, recapping that big win over Richmond. We're going to talk about our SANFL finals loss, some listeners' feedback and some other segments, as well as we're going to have even more segments on our Patreon. So if you want to sign up, get around that. Around the table today, we've got a very good crew on, don't we?
I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is the best team we've had in ages. I said that last week probably, but it's all right.
You weren't here.
Yeah, she was listening back and she was like, yeah, it's a good team.
Yeah, that's all the winners there. We have Lleyton.
Hello. How you going?
Oh, I'm not too bad.
Good.
How are you?
All right.
Yeah.
After the AFLW win
Oh,
on Friday afternoon.
Up and about, right?
At the traditional time slot of 4:40.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Just when everyone wants to watch some footy. Ben?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm going great. Yeah, it's been a good weekend of footy. AFLW getting up, Port losing.
Doesn't get
Can't
better.
complain, yeah. How about you, Ray?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm going well, actually. Surprisingly, nothing's changed. Let's jump straight into the AFLW, why don't we? So, as we said, that game, what time was it? Friday? It was like 4:30.
4:35.
Yeah,
4:35, of course.
Our first Friday night game for the year.
Friday twilight.
I hope you don't finish work at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's it.
Because you
Just
missed half of it.
knock
Yeah.
off a bit early. But yeah, obviously you have to make it 4:35 because 4:30 would be ridiculous. But
Why is there always the fives?
Yeah, I think it's
I don't know.
broadcast.
Oh,
So they can do the
start
5-minute
at-
intro.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Oh, of course. You have to listen to Dammy talk for 5 minutes.
He's got 5 minutes to mansplain something about football.
Yeah, perfect. But what happened in that game, Ben? Tell us.
Well, Adelaide won 6-5-41 to Richmond, 2 goals straight, 12. And those 2 goals came in the
Yes.
first quarter and they did nothing after it.
Yeah, I was when we had the first scoreless quarter, I was like, oh, this is great. And then it was just like, oh, this is getting kind of sad. Isn't it? Yeah, no, it was a very good game. We had Gould kicking 3 goals. We had Martin with a goal. Ponto with what will probably be the goal of the year.
Yes.
It's got to count as 2 goals, doesn't it? From the centre circle.
Surely. And your mate EJ kicking a goal as well. Which
Taught her how to do it.
Oh, yeah, did you? Taught her everything she knows.
It doesn't matter how many times I've watched that Ponta goal.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't understand how it happened.
I
Like,
know.
it didn't look to be a strong breeze out there, was it?
I think there was a breeze, but it was still a massive
Like, it
kick.
just kept on going.
Yeah.
And even the
Yeah.
bounce took off. Like,
Yeah.
the ball was filled with some sort of gas other than oxygen. Or I don't know if it's filled with oxygen.
Are you saying the Crows cheated? Are you
No,
saying-
no.
Ball
Not at
tampering?
all.
Inflate gate.
Inflate gate.
It's just
Yeah.
a balloon. It just keeps flying.
Chelsea Randall's
Never
the
bounces.
anti-Tom Brady.
But yeah, no, it was amazing. It
Yeah,
was
off a couple steps.
Yeah.
It was, I guess, in hindsight, kind of poor setup from Richmond to not have any. But they're just pushing forward because they wanted to actually score during the game. So they've got all their players pushed right up, and it just sort of bounced over everyone by the
Yeah.
time they got back there.
It was a weird bounce as well because it didn't like bounce up on its end. It just sort of skidded.
It sort of skidded
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heaps
It's a
of
weird
momentum. But
trajectory.
it was like probably 75, 80 metre goal.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm sure someone's done the science on it, but it didn't make sense in my head. But again, I'm not a science guy.
Footy science.
Yeah.
It's a very niche subject. but
Neil
someone's
Craig
gotta
kind of
answer.
operator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be the longest goal kicked in AFLW.
Surely.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
God.
think the one before that would have been Kelly Gibson's first goal in the AFL.
That was pretty fun.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, good on her. If that's not goal of the year, we riot. And it was also Chelsea Randall's 50th game.
How good.
Yeah.
An impressive feat in AFLW.
Yeah, she had a few, like she had an ACL, a few other injuries, so she
Yeah.
didn't get it straight away like
Yeah.
Noffy and a few other players.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's 50
She
out of
made it.
74, isn't it?
Something
Played
like that.
50
Yeah,
out
something like
of
that.
74 of like total games.
Yeah.
The club's
Impressive.
longest serving captain as well.
Yeah.
8 seasons.
Oh,
8
yes.
years. Wow.
Yeah.
Very impressive. So that
Mm.
overtakes, is it Rue?
Would be, yeah. Yep.
Mm. Oh, what would we do without her?
Exactly.
And we had, like we mentioned before, we had Gould getting 3 goals from 5 marks.
Yeah.
She's been
Very
quite,
efficient.
Yeah.
And all the goals were from about 40 metres out. Like
yeah,
good
they
kicks.
were very good kicks, weren't they? We do seem to have starting to put together a fairly functional forward line.
Yeah. We were worried when Woodland / Saint left for Port. We were worried about how we're going to score.
That confused me so much, and I was like, "Why is she not getting picked for Port? That's weird." And then I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh wait, yeah, she is. She's just not Woodland anymore. She went to Port and she had to change her identity because all the Crows fans were chasing her down." Yeah, that must be what happened. Gold is looking good, and some of our small forwards are looking dangerous as well. Even though they didn't hit the scoreboard, it's been good seeing some of them put pressure on. Abby Ballard, I think, got quite a few touches.
And
from what I saw.
Peter predicted someone Waterhouse coming in
Oh,
with the changes.
Yeah.
She looked great with the mullet.
And for once, Peter got something right.
I know.
It's amazing. But yeah, she also looked quite dangerous when she was around the ball, which is good to see.
Yeah, it was just like a really wet and a lot of contested ball type games. And I was worried that Conti was going to go off the chain, and she sort of did, kicking a goal and having 29 touches, but our whole team outperformed it, I guess.
Yeah.
It was 1 versus 22.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You can really tell, like, even when you watch other games and watch us against other teams, systematically we are so much further ahead of most teams in the AFLW.
And it's mainly that defence. I think we just kept rebounding off our half back.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked Najwa Allen's game as well. She was just always really composed, not rushing anything.
She was good. And I think she did a hammy towards the end of the game, didn't she? So
She's aware that she has one at the moment.
hamstring awareness for sure.
Yeah.
So hopefully
that'll be a big out.
Hopefully that's not too long of an injury.
I think, the thing that separates us, what I've noticed from other teams, is players like if you're ranking players best on the list, our players from sort of like 8 down to 24, 25 are so
still
much
really
further
good.
advanced than every other team who have got a handful of superstars and not much pressure from below.
Great
Exactly.
point.
But our mid-tier players and, fringe players are so much better.
Yeah, we're very well balanced, aren't we? And most of the other teams, they're like star players are in the midfield, whereas we've got like some stars in defence, stars up forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're saying, our defence is solid. Chelsea Bedell is like incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Her marking, like her contested marking and intercept marking is just
It just
wild.
makes it look so easy as well.
I know, yeah.
She's like, I'll just do this.
Yeah.
I'll just mark her. I'll just
Yeah,
play on, pass it off.
Yeah, she's amazing. And obviously Noffy just doing Noffy things and getting 15 tackles
Crazy.
for the game, as well as 23 touches, 19 kicks, 4 handballs,
Just an average
2
game.
marks, 6 clearances. Yeah, nothing to write home about for her. Just the usual.
Just your average.
In like a wet and contested game, Neve Kelly as well, 15 kicks at 70%.
Yeah,
Efficiency.
very impressive.
Really good.
Yeah, can't complain with that. And you can see even though it was bad conditions, you can see that Noffy is starting to put together actually effectively using the ball better, because that was what burnt her a lot last year. Was I think Hatchie's worse for it. Hatchie burns the ball a lot more. But yeah, Noffy. Oh, there you go. 83% disposal efficiency.
Wow, that's
for Noffy.
that's really good.
Yeah, considering it was 19 kicks, 4 handballs, that's very decent.
And I feel like in that first quarter, the pressure was sort of on us and we were rushing everything. But it was sort of similar to the Port game. As once we got a bit settled and we sort of took our time with the clearances, we just got way more effective rather than just bombing it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it's only early days and we're still putting it together and finding structure. But I think it's going to be a good year.
Yeah.
Good season.
Got a good feeling.
Anyone else stand out to anyone? Anyone else you want to talk about?
Just again, Alan, I'd love to game the ruck. I think she's been really important, like swapping out with Gould. She had 31 hit outs and Gould had 17 as well, playing sort of part-time forward as well. I think that's important, especially in the wet, just sort of getting that contest in the ruck.
No,
All the however many stoppages there were in that game.
Yeah, that was a very stoppage heavy game, wasn't it? Which AFLW does seem to be stoppage heavy in general, but I guess when you add wet weather to that, it's
Very true.
It is something. Good game.
Yeah, 2-0,
win.
and we're worried because Richmond came out beating Brisbane away.
Yeah.
So very good to get that win at Icon Park, which is still weird to watch them play with the big Carlton logo in the background.
Yeah. It kept catching my eye, and I was like, this is strange. There was a few questionable umpiring decisions going both ways in that game. That was a very, very hard game to watch from an umpiring point of view. But, it is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day.
Hard to watch in terms of the commentary as well.
Oh,
There's
yes.
Yeah, and the
It's
camera
quite
angles.
average.
Yeah.
When Ponta kicked like the goal of the year, they had a close-up shot of Gould celebrating, but it wasn't Ponta. It was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, there was
A real standout though was the yellow Guernsey looked impeccable.
Yeah,
out there.
Oh, yeah.
Our first sort of clash Guernsey that hasn't been our Indigenous Guernsey, which is nice to see.
Mm.
It was a good looking Guernsey.
And
Love it.
You know what they say? Look good, feel good,
Yeah.
play good.
play good.
They pay good.
Wow, that is what they say. I've heard
Yeah.
them say that before. And shout out to our friends of the pod, Rainbow Crows, as well, who did a little
Yes.
guard of honour for, I guess it was for Randall's 50th game, or just in general. They just did a general guard of honour.
I think it was for a 50th, yeah.
Yeah.
They seem like the people braving the weather and making the trip over. There wasn't heaps of fans, I guess, with the weird time slot.
Yeah, there was
But
only
good dedication.
1,083 at Icon Park, which, it's a bit dismal, but at a 4:35 game in the wet,
Yeah.
you probably Gold Coast men's team wouldn't even get that many.
No,
so,
probably not.
yeah. We got a bit of feedback from the listeners over on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, we do. I've got the Facebook to say it in German. Brendan McGarrigan, Patreon, said that was a brilliant win, shut Richmond out of the game. And that goal from Ponta is one of the greats all time. Couldn't agree more.
Yes.
There's so many. What a goal from Ponta. Mum of the show, Sal Hickey, deaf goal of the year, football emoji. No one could possibly match a skill of a goal from the centre circle, gold medal emoji.
Thanks,
Sal.
Sam.
Love it.
Lots of good win girls, amazing goal, just kept bouncing. Wendy Lund, Ponta definitely goal of the year. Love heart or emoji, bit of an early prediction. Go Crows. And then someone replied to her saying, probably, then again, it's us. Saying that we won't get nominated.
Vic bias.
Yeah. Then the weirdest GIF of all time.
Was this an accidental comment or something?
I don't know. Someone tagged someone in it and then they replied with the strangest GIF all time. And then last comment, Nadia Isabella Bird said, still got to play against Melbourne at Casey Fields. That will be a challenge.
Yeah, I think that's in round 8 or 9, but
Yeah.
it's still to come.
Thinking ahead, but
Yeah.
And over on Twitter, we have the one reply from Mijert who says, I just realised it took me a second, spelt rather differently. Just says the umpiring was the only thing that kept Richmond in it. Were they kept in it? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. They're not really.
It's generous.
They didn't score after the first quarter, so they weren't. I wouldn't say they were in it, but yeah.
They were
on the park,
Yeah, that's it. They were definitely
They
there.
were in the camera shot.
and that's only because of the umpires.
Well, yeah, another good win. We look forward to next week. We'll talk about shortly. But we'll jump over to the SANFL game where the result wasn't quite as good. We suffered our first loss of the SANFL finals series.
Yeah, Stoke Glenelg.
No, we don't want to hear from Lleyton on this one. So we fell to the minor premiere of the season in Glenelg by 32 points at Adelaide Oval on Sunday. And I think some of you guys were there, weren't you? Ben, you were
Yeah,
there?
certainly was. Braved the sunshine.
Braved the sunshine. Oh,
Braved the
poor
beautiful weather.
thing.
Oh
The
my
beautiful
God.
weather and the no AFL and the SANFL crew. I don't know.
No, geez, wow. Yeah, it's a hard slog, Ben. You're a real
Yes.
supporter.
I deserve some sort of compensation, I think.
But the Crows got out of the blocks early. Like they looked really on fire with Lockie G and Cook kicking a couple goals each.
Yeah, definitely. We had obviously Jarman Seagal, the best player.
Obviously.
The best Crows top-up player to ever play in the ruck. It did. We did look hot early, and then I don't know.
It was a third quarter Blues by the looks of it, because we kicked one behind in the third quarter to their 5-3.
Oh,
they
jeez,
just-
yeah.
And
They
then
just
because
dominated out the middle.
it was all tied up at half time, and we basically kicked the same goals and points as them in the last quarter. It was just the third quarter that separated us.
In that first quarter and a half, the Crows should have been up by way more.
Yeah.
But the Bays just found these goals when their momentum wasn't going their way at all. And
Brett
then
Turner kicked too.
he did.
He was getting into the boys as well.
Yeah, there was a bit of feeling in the game, wasn't there?
There was a bit of beef. It was great to see.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be doing the same if I was him.
Yeah. I think Ball Ace worked hard in the ruck, but he's just, he wasn't
He's
quite
not
there.
a ruckman.
He's not a ruckman.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
he looked
could've
good
told
while
you that.
doing it, but
Yeah.
wasn't as effective. He still had 28 hit outs, but it was more so the times where he just couldn't make a contest in the ruck and the Bays could get an easy clearance.
That's actually quite impressive, 28 outs for
I know,
someone who's
I know.
really not a ruckman at all.
Not
And I
bad.
guess that probably took away from our defence as well, the fact that...
What was already an undermanned defence without Ball Ace
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, exactly. So, a bit strange, but I guess you have to try something. You have to
Yeah.
mix it up a bit, and we do have the second chance next week,
Hopefully
so-
Strawn comes back this week and we don't have to worry about it. So.
Yeah, because it was
Really
rumored he
well.
was coming back for this game, but obviously it's not quite there.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
talking to Mick Godden before the game, and he said, we'll hopefully have him back within the next week if
Right.
needed, and go from there. But you could tell that, there was a big difference. Ball Ace is not a ruckman, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But at least in the first half, Berry was definitely the standout for the Crows, getting all the clearances. He's looking primed for an AFL selection next year.
see, I'm not sure about that.
You don't reckon?
No,
You don't reckon it's that good?
he just chucks the ball on the boot. Doesn't
Yeah. He stood out getting the clearances. I guess that's what his work on is distributing.
there was
Yeah.
a bit of that. So there were multiple times yesterday where it'd just be like he'd just bomb it into the forward line. It was 2020 Crows. He would have fitted in very well in that team, but
Ooh.
just not a lot of thought behind most of his clearances, really.
Still love to talk about the fact that everyone called me stupid for saying he wasn't in our best 22, and he was definitely not in our best 22. I think Cream still owes me like $100 for that. So.
He only had 11 tackles. Terrible.
Nah, it's not good enough. He needs to go back to that tackling school that he was running.
That he invented.
Yeah.
Jackson Haley with 20 touches, 13 tackles, and 6 clearances. Not bad, though.
Oh,
Played very well.
Can't complain with that.
Your boy Billy Dowling was handy.
He always is.
I just get the
Is
feeling
that to you
with,
in the change rooms or is that in the
That's
game?
me to myself watching him. Gets very handsy.
he's a throbber, isn't he?
Again, heartthrob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Haley, I just get the feeling that Haley's just somehow out of favour with the club, because every time he's coming to the AFL team, I feel like he does enough and then just never gets proper opportunities. But he might just fall into that category of good, like very good SANFL player, not that great AFL player. You know, those.
Yeah, he's just never been. Like, look at the two teams that he's been in trying to play the position that he's trying to play. Like, when he left GWS, they had Kelly Cornelius, Shield.
Yeah.
Who else is in there?
Ward.
Green, Ward, all of them. And you're like, well, he's not going to break into there. Comes across here when we're struggling. Probably should have got a game. But now he's got Dawson, Laird.
Yeah. He didn't really get given the
Saligo.
opportunity, to be fair, but he hasn't got many other strings to his bow other than the inside midfielder. If he, tried to be a specialised wingman or something, but even then it's going to struggle for spots.
Yeah, that's it. See, I don't mind one-dimensional players, but if you're going to be one-dimensional, you have to be really, really good at what you do.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's good at what he does, but he's not like really, really good at what he
He was
does.
hoping Matt Crouch didn't get the contract renewal and he could slide right into that spot.
Yeah, it leaves him sort of vulnerable, doesn't it? Is
Yeah.
he contracted for next year?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think he is.
Yeah.
It'd be disappointing to see such a highly hyped.
Yeah. I still think it was worth bringing him over for a shot, but it just hasn't worked out so far.
He might end up somewhere.
Yeah. Hopefully someone else.
Could be one of
gives
those
him a chance.
AFL journeymen.
Yeah. Was he? Yes.
The
Are
Sean
we a
McKernan.
second club? So yeah.
He
Yeah,
could
he might
be
make his
a
way
Jared
around.
Lyons of
Yeah. Exactly.
North Melbourne.
And
or
then you'll have the
Gold Coast.
commentary team saying, like, every game, he got delisted from the Crows and now he's best and fairest over at North Melbourne. And
Yeah.
And we'll
it'd be a
get to the
good
around the
story.
grounds, but the best part, he came on in the Port v Brisbane game and kicked a goal within like 20 seconds.
Yeah, Jared Lyons.
That
Yeah.
was so good.
Yeah,
that was so
great.
good. He almost kicked 2 within
Yeah.
40 seconds of being on.
Love it.
What a legend. Anything else to note about the SANFL? What was the vibe at the ground like? Was there a lot of people there?
Not really. There were a decent amount for the Sturt Central's game first, but then they kind of cleared out and
Well, everyone knew they both sides had a second chance.
just sort of relaxed with it. But no, it was it was good.
I reckon
Decent
the Crows just wanted to get another game in. They wanted to do it the long way, go through the prelim, and then
Exactly.
maybe
Matty
grand final.
Wright can play in the grand final with the suspension.
Yeah, true.
It was all part of the plan, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we'll jump over to some news now. But sign up to our Patreon if you want to hear some of our other segments where we'll go more in depth around the grounds into the finals, the AFL finals. We'll go into Brellin's Cecil of the Week. We'll do a bit of AFLW Fantasyland and some Matthew Wright news, apparently. We're going to talk about. We're just going to figure out what that news is
What's the
first.
news?
Well, you have to sign up to our Patreon to find out, won't you?
He's the first grandfather to play in the SANFL because he's so old.
You had
I
it
feel
first.
like he's only like 34, but it feels like he's been around for ages.
I know, yeah. I feel, oh, jeez.
I'm going to look up his
It's
age.
weird. And I went to high school with him, and I think he was a few years older than me.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. And I'm pretty old.
This is a good chat, by the way.
Was he a bully at school, or was he actually nice? Or do you know?
Well, there was that whole thing, like there was a whole news article and stuff about it where he got glassed at a party.
Oh,
And, so I think, yeah.
is that a good sign?
I don't know. It
So
depends
he
if he
was the
deserved it or
bully,
not.
or-
Yeah.
Oh, he's like 5 months older than me. I feel like he's so
jeez.
old.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Oh.
Rough.
Ugh. So he's like 34 at the moment.
Yeah,
Okay. I still got a few good years left in him, surely.
he could captain the Crows SANFL to like back-to-back flags.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, so head over to our Patreon where we'll talk a bit more about those bits and pieces, and also head to crowject.bigcartel.com to grab all your Go Crom merch.
Yeah.
And we've always got our call-in line that you can call into after the AFLW games and even after the SANFL games to give
Or
us
even
your
after
thoughts.
you take a shower. Just give us your
Yeah,
shower.
that's it.
Whatever you
Give
like.
us your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've got something to say, tell us. We'd be happy to listen. We listen to Ray every week, so I'm sure we've heard worse.
She should definitely have.
They give us a call on 824-65498 and just tell us what you're thinking, Give us something.
Or if you see any Crows players in the off season, any sightings.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Call
Yeah.
us with Crows players in the wild sightings.
Yeah.
We need this.
I had a couple the other day.
I had one yesterday at the SANFL. It was an obscure Crow more so.
Oh, yes.
James Seller.
Oh,
James
Oh,
Seller.
nice.
Oh, that's
that's
reminds me of the obscure Crow where who's
Will
Will
Goodings.
Goodings. Yes, he was like so excited when he got drafted. It was like, we got Seller.
yeah.
He's going to be the best ruckman for the Crows over the next 10 years.
It's side note, it's always weird seeing Will Gooding's face on the news every night. And I'm
Oh,
like,
it
he was on
is.
our podcast.
That is so
Why was
weird.
he on our podcast? And now his face is like telling me about the world's problems. It's really moved up in the world. I
See,
reckon we
kids,
were
you
his
all
big
start
break.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I had a 4-in-1 Crows player in the wild sighting about a
4-in-1?
week ago
Wow.
Wow.
at Westlake Shopping Centre. So that's where I do my shopping because I refused to go to Port Adelaide Shopping Centre.
Good. Just
Um,
out of principle.
So I seen Rochelle, Saligo, Nank all waiting for their boost juice,
Oh, okay.
which was
Well, they all live together, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I walked out into the car park and seen Lockie Murphy standing on the front of, not on the front of his car, but leaning on the front of his car eating a pie. And it was delightful to see.
That's great.
Just living his best life.
I reckon
eating
he's
a
the
pie.
driver. He's like, all right, go and get whatever you want. I don't want to boost you. Too fancy.
Yeah.
Just let me
But
have
yes,
my pie
definitely,
on the
that
bonnet.
should definitely be a thing. Call in with your crom sighting.
Yeah, I like that. Or even message us if you don't want to call. Just message us, and we can have a little crom sightings segment since when footy finishes up. We've still got the AFLW for a few weeks, but we'll really be reaching for content. So let us know.
But please don't be weird with the players. Don't take photos of behind the bush,
in their bedrooms.
Unless you're invited. If you're invited, it's fine.
Like that guy a few years back that when Rob posted the photo of him in front of the house that he bought, he found on Google Maps the house and then sent it to me, and he was like, "This is Rob's address in case you need to know." And I'm like, "I don't know. No, thank you." So yes, in summary, give us a call. Let us know.
Oh yeah, right. That's what we're talking about.
Actually, I think we did have a bit of a conversation. I was going to wingman you and to get into Rob's. We're going to pick up Rob for Elodie.
We are. I think he's in a relationship, but that's it's just a
soccer's got a goalkeeper.
He just hasn't met you yet. Come on.
You just got to do some negotiations. There might be,
send a few draft picks her way.
Yeah.
I'll set you up with your mate then. What's the name? Dowling. Billy Dowling? Yeah.
Thanks.
I'll set you up with him.
Can we wait a couple of years so it's not creepy?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, that was a tangent. Let's get back to the news. So going on from the sample and more sample news, we've got Crouch ruled out of the sample finals.
Oh,
that's sad.
Controversial.
What's happened there?
I don't know. Is he just on holiday or something?
Maybe.
He's like,
He's not answering the calls.
Yeah,
There's a signing bonus. Wanted to get on it.
Going to Bali. I don't know. There's something going on there.
It would have been good because he's like one of the only players in recent memory for the Crows that are like in the top 20, in the best 22, eligible for the SANFL finals. He could really make a big difference, but
he would have been very handy yesterday.
What were the AFL listed players' performance like effort at the contest?
Gallant was really good. Ball Ace was quite good. Who else was there? Tariq Newchurch, I didn't rate his game particularly highly, but he was trying hard. Cook was very, very good. Who else played?
That's all.
Because a customer of mine at work was a top-up player for Port Magpies when they played in that grand final.
Lost by a point or?
Yeah, wherever they lost by.
2017.
Yeah, something like that. And he was in at work buying something. We were having a chat like a week or two later. And he was like, it was actually unbelievable how much those players did not give a shit.
Really?
The AFL listed players could not care less about it at all in the grand final. They're just like, whatever, doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah, okay.
That's a bold strategy.
Yeah, it is.
But it'd be interesting to see.
The other real main one, Will Hamill, I thought was very, very good. He went on a few runs through the middle of the ground and was good. But
I did notice him.
Looking at some of the other ones, I
Is
wouldn't
that just because the helmet?
shoot down that theory.
Yeah, maybe.
He was out there.
Yeah, right. Good theory. Okay, they just don't care. See, I thought just like footy boys in general just be so super competitive that they want to win
that's what I
everything.
thought. Same. Yeah.
Well, anyway, there you go.
It's just Port.
I didn't say we were.
No, it's just Port.
Using the question.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we ever see Crouch in the wild,
do you care? Yeah.
Play a game of Monopoly against him. See who flips the board first. Then we'll see who's really competitive.
That's a real test.
And now going into our AFLW fantasy and tipping leagues. So we've got our little tipping league going where we've got 14 participants, and the winner at the moment is Jordan/Jesus. So Jesus is showing us his skills. He's turning water to wine. He's predicting AFLW wins. So there you go. So he's got a total of 16. So that's out of a total of 18 games, right? Yeah. So that's
maths checks out.
That's a decent effort. And then we've got Lleyton. Have you just forgotten to tip, or are you doing your?
No, I'm racing to the bottom.
He's racing to the bottom. I knew it because he's 5 tips behind everyone else already.
Yes.
But sadly,
it's hard. It's hard to do. To be honest, I didn't want to get those tips, but
7. That's actually a pretty poor effort. You're getting like 3 to 4 right a week. That's terrible. But yeah, that's how the ladder's looking right now. So get around the tipping. It's a bit of fun. And we've got our fantasy comp as well going on, which we were having a chat about this the other day. And I don't know if anyone isn't playing, get on it because it's actually quite fun. You get 3 trades every round. It's a lot more relaxed than the the classic fantasy
Yeah.
thing. I'm trying to
classic fantasy thing.
multitask here.
Just
Sorry.
pat it a little bit.
We've
Women
got-
have been lying to us all the time. They cannot do it either.
I'm the worst multitasker ever. I could not do. I don't know how people like watch movies and go on their phone at the same time. Cannot do it. I won't pay attention to either thing, and then I'll just be like, I just wasted an hour of my life. Anyway, well, who have we got leading the fantasy ladder? It's 10-goal Tom Schultz, who was the winner of our male fantasy league. So
The skills are transferring.
he's just exactly. He's got the skills. He's bringing them over to here. I'm sitting in 7th, but I think I'm actually
Lucky 7.
doing
That's
pretty
good.
well. Yeah, exactly. Lleyton, are you in this league? Are you
Yes.
racing to the bottom?
Probably.
No, you're 14th out of 20. That's not too bad.
Oh, I'm doing terrible. I've been bad.
It's a decent draft pick, though.
Ben is at 6th. I think that's you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me.
Are you in this, Ray?
No, I don't want to buy
Oh,
women.
yeah, Ray doesn't want to buy women. Yeah. And
Jesus is last.
ironically, Jesus is last. So
Oh.
he's only good at one thing.
One extreme to the other.
Yeah, exactly. He's good
I've
at
got-
tipping, shit at fantasy. So.
I've got to tell you my Jesus story in post-roll.
All right.
It's not about Jordan, but about
Okay,
Jesus.
yeah, about Jesus in general.
Wow. So you had an encounter with him as well.
No.
And then I don't know if anyone's heard, but there's finals footy is going on in AFL right now. And,
Ah, is there?
yeah, I don't think Crows are involved in that.
No.
It should be.
Oh,
But
yes,
Should
it
be.
should have been. We should have been coming back from Melbourne right now on the Crowject minibus.
we should have. Or we could have been staying in Melbourne for the next
Oh,
game.
yeah, true.
Yeah. But yeah, there was some finals games happen. Tune into our Patreon to hear our full
Deep dive.
into that. But basically, we had Collingwood and Brisbane progressing into prelims. We had St Kilda and Sydney getting knocked out, and Carlton and GWS winning those elimination finals to then play against Melbourne and Port this week, upcoming. So we've got our 2 finals weeks for. Is this called the semi-finals?
Semis,
Is that what it's
yeah.
called? It always confuses me what they're all called. But the semi-finals. On Friday night, we've got a big Vic bias lineup here. We've got Melbourne versus Carlton at the MCG. The AFL would be licking their lips over this one, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They would be. The only way they would be licking them more is if Collingwood had lost to Melbourne and it was a Collingwood-Carlton final. But
yeah,
true.
that would have been big.
I think if I could almost see in a world where Carlton wins this and they're like, try change the venue of the Brisbane prelim just to get a crowd in.
History
Yeah.
repeats itself.
Oh, yeah,
2004 all
definitely see
over.
that happening. But yeah, I think that should be a good game. I mean, the Melbourne game was quite hard fought. Like it wasn't the best game as for a finals game, but it was very defensive and very hard fought. Whereas the Carlton game, I don't know, Carlton just looked a bit more fierce to me.
They started well, but they kind of...
Yeah, they did teeter
I
off
think if
towards
there
the
was
end.
like 2 or 3 more minutes in that Carlton game, they wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were definitely holding on.
I don't know. I just liked the look of Carlton. And it was a very Carlton thing. I thought they were going to lose that game. It would have been a very Carlton thing to
I was
lose.
so hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sydney on the wrong side of a score review. Oh, that's a shame.
yeah. Came full circles, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, I don't know. I just get the feeling that Carlton's going to win this.
The whole
I don't
thing.
know why.
Wow.
What?
Oh,
no,
no.
this game.
I was like, Jesus.
What do you know? You're jumping ahead too much here. And I know that people for some reason, people really don't like Carlton.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, can someone explain this to me? Is there a reason behind it?
I just feel like they've been irrelevant, but their fans think they're relevant.
Yeah.
I think it's the fans for me.
Yeah, that's what everyone
it's
says.
not the team.
But I don't understand what that's got to do with anything.
I just
Like,
think
They're
the
connected.
I don't want their fans to be happy so they can suffer
Yeah.
and
But
lose.
it's such a broad thing. Like they've got they would have 100,000 fans, and you're saying I don't like their fans. You don't like 100,000 people?
quite possibly.
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of Crows fans that I really don't like. Doesn't mean I want Crows to lose.
There's just a whole imbalance at the moment because Collingwood as a team are so likable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's the whole world's
I've grown
backwards
up.
at the
I've grown
moment.
up just hating Collingwood for because everyone else does.
And now you're like, I kind of like.
Yeah, it's kind of like you hate them as an entity, but then you look at the players and you're like, oh, but I kind of like these guys. Yeah.
I listened to a podcast during the week and they were like, had Darcy Moore on as their guest. And they're like, this is hard for me. I'm a Geelong supporter. I'm supposed to hate Collingwood. Everyone either hates Collingwood or likes Collingwood, but they're so damn likable at the moment.
They really are. It is kind of annoying.
It's ever since Eddie left. It's
Basically.
just freshens the brand, doesn't
Craig
it?
McRae's come in. He's
the throbber. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I didn't realise we had that stronger feelings about Craig McRae.
I do like Craig McRae. But I think Carlton are a fairly likeable team too. I think people don't like Paddy Cripps because his team fought to get him off on a suspension, which I really don't understand. Like, I mean, that's not his fault. I think he's like a super likeable person.
Okay.
No one's agreeing with me. And same with Sam Walsh.
I don't mind Sam Walsh.
I can't say I hate either of those two, but
like I just feel good for Cripps because he's carried this team on his shoulders for so many years. He's stuck with them through some really shit times. There's been times where it looks like he's the only one trying out there, and finally the man wins a final.
all right, now we can go.
So I sold it to you guys. We love Colton. All right, Colton
It's only been 10 years, I think, since their last finals win.
And now you guys going to say that you think Melbourne are going to thump Colton. Is that what the consensus is?
I don't think they're going to thump it.
Yeah, I think it'll be close because, Colton have been in good form.
I just don't trust Melbourne's forward line.
Yeah.
They don't have one at the moment.
And Melbourne's
You
last
can't
few
trust
games,
no one.
It's a bold strategy, isn't it?
Melbourne's last few against Carlton have been close as well. I
Yeah.
think they had that one by 4 points last year. They only won by goal, I think, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. It's a free swing for Carlton, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Do it.
All the pressure on Melbourne.
Yep.
That's it. And the winner of this then goes on to play Brisbane.
The Brisbane.
In Brisbane, yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter anyway. They're not, Brisbane are probably going to win that.
Yeah, good point. And then on Saturday, we have poor Adelaide at Adelaide Oval versus GWS.
Who would have thought?
The Giants play well at Adelaide Oval.
They play well everywhere.
Yeah.
They do, I know, yeah.
11 stadiums they've won at.
It's like they broke the record for the team that's won at the most venues in one single year. So
Maybe they should relocate the grand final to New Zealand or something just to add another one.
Just to mix it up. Yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting game. A few of us here have tickets to check out.
I think if they wear their bright orange Clash Guernsey,
They would.
it'll be a very aesthetically pleasing game to watch. Black against the bright orange. No clash
at all.
Yeah,
No.
Whereas the Melbourne Carlton will be probably a lot of Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I did just read that Todd Marshall likely to be out this week.
Ooh, yikes. Yeah.
Bloke couldn't kick last week anyway, don't worry.
Yeah. Ollie Lord was their saviour.
That was so weird.
That was it's a random time to have your breakout game, like in like your first final. It's just but the Lord will save us all, I guess.
I guess so.
We'll see what happens. I keep saying to all my Port friends, I keep referring to him as the 2024 Coleman medalist. Port love to just jump straight to
just overhype
him. Things like John Butcher, the future. You know?
Oh yeah, he's great.
We should start calling Ollie Lord the future.
The future.
The future in brackets. We mean it this time.
Yeah, this is a really interesting game. I think I've got no idea what's going to happen here, and I think maybe it's just because GWS are involved and they're so unpredictable. You can't trust them either way. But it's just GWS have been in cracking form the last couple of months, whereas Port have been a little bit on and off. But I think in general, Port are a better team. But GWS are just that wild card where
and Port got all these injuries.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like even though they beat, it's sort of bad because they won against GWS at Adelaide Oval a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably just think, oh yeah, we've played this team before. We'll smash it.
We've done this. Yeah.
I hope they're rolling like that. I really hope they're rolling like that.
A bit of confidence.
They I forgot what I was going to say. Don't worry about it.
All right.
What does everyone think? What everyone think's going to happen?
I would go extra time.
Oh,
and then
God.
Port to lose. 2017 style.
That happens,
That would
and
be
I
the
will be
best.
seen running onto the oval, I think.
I think GWS are going to win. I think
Big sounds.
almost comfortably, like 20 odd points.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If they get a run on that, like Toby Green's been in great form.
Did you see that? Oh, that's what I was going to say. This is the first final that he played in that he didn't get fined or
Oh,
suspended.
yeah. That's just impressive.
Yeah, kudos to him.
Personal growth.
Yeah. You've been a good boy, haven't you?
I want to say I think the Giants will win, but I think Port will win.
And then play the Pies.
Collingwood.
Yep.
And then we lock the
Yeah,
gates at the MCG and don't let any fans out. Hunger game style until the one survives.
I think that's a good prediction, really, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think my heart says I want GWS to win, but my head says I think Port will win. I think Port will pull it off. I just can't see them
Straight
going out
sets,
straight
yeah.
sets. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would
It's too good to
destroy
be
them.
true.
It would destroy them
Yeah.
as a club. It would destroy their supporters more than anything.
I'm
2
praying
more
on it.
years for Kent. That's good.
yeah, exactly.
Love it.
Yeah,
The
that'll
sun will-
absolutely go down.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Oh, gosh.
So just for some reason, I just can't see it happening. I just think they'll find a way to win. But
Yep.
But prayers up.
yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm hoping for a GWS win. Big sound is coming. So.
That's the whole reason why you're going, just in case.
yeah, exactly. And we need another week of big sound memes. So
Yeah.
to get around it. Yeah, cool. Looking forward to it. Jumping into some more predictions, we can jump over to the SANFL where we.
Before we move on, sorry, I have one more for the news. Mum texted me earlier with a story. Apparently,
Oh, here we go.
Crows are looking at Nathan Kruger to pick up in the off-season from Collingwood.
Okay.
Don't know what
Interesting.
for. She just heard it on the news. So,
On the news. Okay.
reputable source, of course.
Oh, of course. Yeah, Mum and McLean
Got
always
the
have
inside
stories
word.
to
From
share.
Channel 7.
I have a theory that Adam Tomlinson will be playing for us next year as well. From Melbourne.
Okay.
Defender.
Defender, tall defender, uses the ball quite well. Could be a little sweetener in the Shane McAdam deal. Oh, that's what we didn't mention. Shane
Yeah.
McAdam
That's
might be exploring a
How
trade.
did we not mention that in the
yes,
news?
Yeah, I think
That
we were
is-
both also deeply saddened by the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just blocked it out of my mind. Yeah, that is a thing that's happening. So, but hopefully, at least he's come back and he's played some really good football in the
Yeah.
later part of the season. So
Do you know what that
maybe
does
that
as
will
well?
put-
Drives the price up.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's the interesting part, though, is we tabled him a 3-year offer, and he said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
He's
like you're not-
28 as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
That's a big offer for a 28-year-old.
Mm.
But if we can get some sweet bickies back,
Yeah. Can't complain.
maybe a Tomlinson,
Yeah, I don't
Maybe-
think we'd be looking for players back.
maybe a
We wouldn't be
Petrarca,
looking
maybe
for
an
picks.
Oliver.
maybe
Petrarca.
a Ruck Jesus that is exploring a South Australian
Grundy.
option
Hey, oh.
that we
Yeah.
could be getting at basement bargain prices because everyone else will be paying part of his salary to get him off the books.
Whoa. Rob is the answer still. Don't worry.
Yeah, come on. Well,
He's
maybe,
got time for Elodie now.
Yeah.
exactly. This is all part of your plan, isn't it?
Correct.
Well, maybe because Grundy's issue is he didn't want to play as a forward, and that's what Melbourne were trying to do with him. Maybe Grundy comes in to play as our ruck, and Rob plays
No.
as a forward.
No, Ruck plays down. Rob plays down back
Oh.
and kick out specialist.
Oh,
yeah.
that's Ray style.
Yeah,
I don't mind that actually. It'll give us a good laugh at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I guess it's a silly season right now, so anything that comes
possible.
out, it's you can just have to take with a grain of salt. I think.
Yeah.
It does sound at the moment like Grundy's looking at Sydney, but
Mm.
Sydney
I
or
don't know.
Port, really.
yeah, we'll see what pans out there, and we'll see what starts coming in our direction. I guess I hate this part of the year where it's just all talk and nothing
Yeah.
actually happens.
Another
Trade
one-
radio.
This is my life. But
No, another one who is apparently looking for a trade, Brendan Zerk Thatcher from Essendon,
Oh,
potentially looking at Port. Keep your eyes peeled.
okay.
Mm.
All the inside info. All right, is that on the news?
Have
Apparently,
we
Anything
forgotten
else?
anything else?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
insert news here. Peter.
I've heard Patrick Dangerfield wants to go back to Geelong.
Let's go back to Geelong. He's on holiday at the moment.
Yeah.
He's not really enjoying it.
Is a player allowed to be traded twice in the trade period? Like, as in, if Patrick Dangerfield got traded to Crows,
And then they
and then
pass
like
them on
couple
to someone
couple
else.
of days later, they're like, "Oh no, we might just use him as trade bait to go somewhere
I
else."
don't know.
maybe.
They
So-
would definitely do that in American sports.
Oh, yeah.
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 Oh,
And
yeah.
without the player's knowledge, too.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
In American sports, they're just pieces of meat. They're
Oh
not
yeah,
people.
100%. Like, you're going here. Gotcha.
Yeah. You got 24 hours to relocate your life. Go.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll look into that. I feel like there's probably a rule against it, but
I think because players have such a high say in the deals
Yeah,
as well,
which
but
shits
probably
me.
wouldn't.
yeah, yeah,
It really annoys me that players have all the power.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it's always I want to go to this specific club. It's never
Yeah.
just like, oh, just
Get the
You
best deal for me.
yeah, that's it. The only thing close to that was like Luke Jackson, where it's like, oh, I want to go back to WA. Don't care where.
Yeah.
And he like
Yeah.
very much lucked out by going to.
You can
Fremantle.
respect that though, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
as a fan from a neutral team, you can be like, okay, he wants to go home. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that's
just hard when they say, I want to go back to the NT. And I was like, oh, okay.
I want to go home.
Or when they say, I want to go back to the Gold Coast, but then go to Sydney
Yeah,
instead.
yeah, that also happens sometimes.
Ooh. Okay.
A few brown paper bags.
But yeah, I'm sure we'll talk a lot more about trades and potential trades as that starts to unfold.
But the draft is coming up as well. And there's some
Yes.
absolute talent coming.
There is. So yeah, tune in for some of our draft specials that will be coming up. Ray's the expert in that field, aren't you?
I don't know about expert, but
You know a thing or two.
or just thing.
All right. Next week, we've got a couple of games going on. We've got another SANFL final plus the AFLW round 3. So first, we'll go into the SANFL final. I think we are playing Sturt. Is that
We are.
correct?
Correct.
We are playing Sturt.
Excellent.
They got over the
Who-
top of
The
Central
doggies, yeah.
on
yeah.
the weekend.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there.
We beat them last week, so
Yeah.
Exactly.
but I
But
think
the SANFL umpires hadn't kicked into gear yet.
true. We ran over the top of them late, but I have a feeling we might struggle against them just with consistency. We seem to be very patchy in the finals. Like last year, I think a similar thing happened where we played Norwood twice, and the second time we lost.
Yeah.
So
You can also, like,
for the
our
first time we won by
sample
like 40
time-
points.
our sample side is so young. Like, all the
Yeah.
AFL listed players are so young. And now they've been going, what's basically 26 weeks, really, if you include the AFL season that they would have been training as well. It's a long season for younger bodies.
Yeah, that's it.
So you can kind of understand the burnout if it happens.
Yeah,
But I do think we're going to win.
but if Strong comes back, that's a big advantage.
Oh, definitely.
Just size-wise even.
Yeah,
Have they said when and where this is going to be?
Or absolutely.
Adelaide Oval.
Sunday at
Sunday at
2:50, I think.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay. All right. So get down there if you want.
If you want.
not. Elodie's not your mum. She's not telling you what to do.
I won't tell you what to do. So what do you reckon's going to happen? Crow's going to win?
Yeah, Crows will win.
Yeah. All right.
Lucky G
Yeah.
kick 5.
Yeah. Sweet. Lock it in.
Mm.
So then what happens when Crows win? What comes next?
Grand final.
Grand final. Oh, okay. This is for the grand final.
This is a prelim,
I
yeah.
always-
I'm glad
I
you're
always
paying
forget-
attention.
I always forget how, because the sample finals is like
It's
1 week
weird,
less,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because yeah.
Well, it's not
'cause you
1
go-
week less, but it's just 1 week ahead because they don't have the pre-finals bye.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
because it always used to start at the same time and end a week later, or start a
Yeah,
week.
it was always
Yeah.
because the sample grand finals usually on the long weekend, but this year
Yeah.
the AFL grand finals on the long weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really messed with my head for
Because
some
it's
reason.
it's second versus third, fourth versus fifth. Winner
Yeah.
of the second, third plays the first team that had the week off.
That's right. And then they
And the loser of
The
2v3
loser-
plays the winner of
The
4v5.
And then if no one else
perfect
can
sense.
resolve a winner, a rock, paper, scissors battle on the fourth Sunday of the month.
yeah, straightforward as. I don't know why I didn't understand it before now.
Yeah, so if we win this, we'll
So it's
be
through
a chance to,
Grand final against the
Win a
Bays.
grand
grand final. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
to make everyone else mad.
Please.
I really want it to happen because there's fans of football that are just SANFL fans that are just a different breed of human.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, and they're just so mad about the fact that there's AFL reserves teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now
Spot.
be good. But yeah, I agree. I think Crows will get up over them, make it to this granny, play the Bays. Who will you be going for in
Yeah, I
the
don't know.
grand final?
Whoever's
just
on
win-win.
whoever's on the good side of it.
yeah, I'll go for the draw. That's,
That would be good. Do they do the replay in SNFL?
probably not.
That's a great question. Is it just extra time or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They scrapped that extra week everyone did once Collingwood and St Kilda actually went to the extra week.
Like, it'll never
this is-
happen. It doesn't matter.
This is- yeah.
All right. So, yeah, we're making a grand final. Lock it in.
Flag Crom 23.
Hell yeah.
Year of the Bird. SANFL flag into the AFLW flag.
Yes. Yeah. All about
Yeah, we
it.
got-
And the
do it in order.
pre-season flag into
Yeah.
the SANFL flag into the AFLW flag.
And then next year, AFL flag. So, we got to do it in order, bit by bit.
Exactly. You're going to have a lot of tattoos, right, by the end of this.
Yeah.
And going over to AFLW, we've got round 3 where we're going to be playing the Bombers at Unley
Yes.
Oval on Saturday afternoon.
Get there early to get a park because
Oh, yeah.
that is one of the all-time headaches, getting a park on the
Oh,
Oval.
yeah. That
Yep.
place is.
I might just
a mess.
walk. Just don't bother driving.
Yeah, no, that's
Me too. I
probably-
live way far away.
Yeah,
Probably
you
a
better
good
start
plan.
now.
Yeah.
Should be a decent game.
Yeah, so Essendon are undefeated this season. So they beat St Kilda and they
Yep.
beat
The
Hawthorn
Hawks.
the week before that. So yeah, it could be a good matchup. We'll see. I don't really know a whole lot about Essendon. I haven't seen them play.
wear
all that
black
much,
and red.
but-
They,
okay, good to know.
They
I'll
are.
look out for that.
They're
Handy
definitely
players.
building AFLW team. They're building a good one. They might be good in a couple of years, but hopefully we can get the win.
Yeah,
Matthew
hopefully.
Sparkus with that 29 touches on the weekend, 109 fantasy points for
yes.
those playing the home game.
Yes, she's very good. And they've Bonnie Toogood plays for them too, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does now, yep.
Yeah, she's a very good player.
She is. They've
So,
probably, like Ray was saying before, they're one of those teams where they have a couple of superstars and then their mid-tier players probably fall off a little bit. So
Yeah,
They have a lot of good young talent, but they just haven't developed as much as we have. So
yeah.
hopefully we can take advantage.
mm,
But yeah, it should be good. First game at Unley Oval,
yeah.
which is
Are all of our games at Unley Oval?
it's sort of alternate half and half between Norwood and Unley.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
But it's usually a pretty good atmosphere there.
Yeah.
Only Oval's
Yeah.
a good oval.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Except
the
if it's raining, there's a creek that runs through the middle of it. So, like,
Just makes it more interesting.
Some
An extra
old
And if it
bloke
obstacle.
gets,
train
and if
and
it gets
talking
too dark, there's no lights.
nah, it doesn't worry about that.
And I remember I think the last game there was like pouring and thunderstorms in like the semi-final against Collingwood, was it? Last season.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was like the worst weather. There was thunderstorms. They nearly called off the game because they like delayed the game after quarter time or something.
That's right. Yeah.
So weird.
Well, I guess that's a good thing about it. Well, at the moment we're getting some beautiful weather, so
Yeah.
it's nice days to go out.
They're not going to be
and
used
watch
to
a bit
it
of
after
footy.
last year.
Just
Yeah.
be raining goals.
Hey,
Ew.
is anyone getting out to this game?
I'll be there.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe.
Yeah,
See
beautiful.
what I
It'll
got
be
on.
nice weather. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be slaving away at work, so I won't be there. But I think that Crows are going to win. I think they're going to win by 16 points,
Nice.
and I think that Abby Ballard is going to kick some goals.
Yeah.
Do you mean friend of the show, Abby?
Yes,
friend
friend
of
of
the
the
show.
show, Abby Ballard. Quick plug for our interview with Abby Ballard that's over on our Patreon.
Yeah.
Sign up to hear that. Peter did a good job of that. She's a very well-spoken young woman, so go and listen to that. What does everyone else think will happen?
I think we'll win by 35 points.
Oh,
Ooh.
I think we're going to put it to them. Going to continue our hour of power to start the season. And I'm going to get Eloise Jones is going to kick 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
four.
right.
oh.
Love it.
Yeah.
In the long sleeves or might be
It
too
might be warm, yeah.
Might be warm.
It's about the fashion, not the warmth. Come on.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the Crows by 33. I think a decent win and Gould to kick another 4.
Oh,
Mm.
Nice. I reckon Crows to win a close one by like a goal.
Mhm.
But I think Hatchard might move up forward and get a couple goals.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Cool.
Mhm.
Why not?
Something different.
Mm. All right.
Yeah, lock it in. We're just still winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All we
yeah.
do is
Win
win.
all
Wins all
win,
round.
No matter what.
Making grand finals, getting 3 in a row in the AFLW.
Easy.
Except we can't win in the AFL finals, Lleyton, because we're not in those anymore.
But we can't lose.
We should have
either.
been
Yeah, it's a good point. We're not going to
undefeated
lose.
in the finals.
Hey.
We've lost 100% less finals than Port Adelaide this year.
Love it. That's how you spin it.
And if you want to hear more from us, head over to our Patreon, and we're just about to roll into doing our segment street. We'll be talking a little bit more.
We'll ramble on a bit
about some of our other segments and some around the grounds. And our Patreon's over at patreon.com/Crowject. There's some exclusive interviews over there, like the one we mentioned earlier with Abby Ballard. There's also some obscure Crow episodes, some pre-rolls, some Get Your Crow On. There was a recent one of those, wasn't there, Lleyton?
Yes, there was a recent one with Andrew and Rob showing off their new cars that they've made. And there's also Name a Game for the Crows. So if you can request a game as a Patreon, and I'll put it up on Patreon for you to watch. To relive a good game while the men's side isn't on.
Or a bad game if that's what you're into.
If you want to watch.
If you're a sadist.
Give me the 2017 Grand Final, please.
If you were ever a frequent of the Hellfire Club back in the day.
I'll reluctantly upload a 10-goal loss if you wish.
And also head over to crowject.bigcartel.com for all of your Crom merch. We've got our new Crom air fresheners that look like miscellaneous Crom players, but not anybody specifically, because that would be illegal. So
the likeness is merely a coincidence.
Assign your own personality to the air fresheners you get.
They're very cute, and they've got a very strong smell, so they last a long time. So yeah, get around it.
You can get your hands on the Dynasty shirt, the AFLW shirt that's soaking through.
Yeah. We got Peter got his order of those today, and they look amazing.
They do.
Yeah, get a hold of one of those. And
so if it's warm at Only Oval on Saturday, just chuck one of those on.
Chuck the t-shirt on, and
perfect.
Yeah, get around it. And follow us on all the socials: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And you can watch the video version of this over on YouTube as well. Waving is just as an Easter egg to you that are watching us. Oh, Ray. Oh, don't do that, Ray. Oh, God. Oh, jeez, turn away. Don't look now. Yeah, you can join us on our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And you also get access to our group chat over on Facebook Messenger, which is always going off. There's always some sort of chaos going on.
Let's
not
random read
what's the latest message on the group chat?
It's not often football chat.
No, well, while the game's on.
Yeah. While the game's on, we chat footy.
Oh, McGarry medal is on 7 May.
Yeah, thanks, Andy Munro.
Oh,
I wonder who's winning that.
Could Jackson Haley win it?
I actually think Harry Grant from Central is going to win that.
Okay.
He played a good game.
Good insight. Yeah.
So you listen to this, you're either very right or very, very wrong.
Yeah.
Anyone else got anything to?
No, there wasn't anything.
No, nothing. We don't speak of that. You're gonna have to sign up to Patreon to find out what's going on.
Yeah, we can't release the secrets.
No.
But thank you to our $10 and above list, which Ray will now read out for us.
You stitched me there. You picked it up like you were going to read it, and you just hospital hand passed me it. Thanks to Jenny McArdle, The Real Health, Jordan Mahoney, a.k.a. Jesus, Greg Fleming, Jess Cook, Dave Carnivale, Jake Bocco, Sophie Damon, Drew Corner, Sam Curtis, Sian-Marie Davies, Brendan McGarrigan, James Payne, Simone McDonald, Jerome Withers, Radicus _USM, Matt Roylance, Neil Roylance, and thanks to our newest Patreons, The Real Health, Matt and Jem Aldersey, who are quite often phone contributors, Ben Jones, Justin Cummings, and Louise Perk.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much for supporting us. Really appreciate it. And thank you to our sponsors in Trojan Aluminium and Nathaniel's Coffee and Panini. I almost forgot that for a second.
Yeah.
Nathaniel's Coffee and Panini. Get there for some good panini and get to his new store and coffee. And get to his new store, which we keep saying is a new store. It's not really new anymore.
229 Green Hill Road.
You've memorised that.
Pop-up community health.
That's the one.
Or his regular store, which is
Lower North East Road.
Paynham Road.
Paynham Road, yeah.
That's on.
Paynham Road's on there.
I'm
You'll
from
see
down
it's got a
south.
nice blue sign.
Yeah.
Sticks out. So.
It says
Don't go too
Nathaniel's
far.
Coffee and Panini.
They don't do coffees.
And don't try to go to Trojan Aluminium to get a coffee. Don't get confused. You're aluminium, Trojan Aluminium.
Right.
Coffee, Nathaniel's Coffee and Panini. It's confusing, but it makes sense if you really think about it. Yeah, thank you for tuning in for another episode. Thanks, Ray, Ben, Lleyton.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
And go Lady Crom and SANFL Crom.
Just
Go,
go
lady,
Crom.
go.
No, I want specifics.
I'm not specifying. I see them all as one Crom.
There's one Crom entity. Go Crom. Bye.
Look around, soak this up because this is a famous win for this club. The Cherry Rankin somehow will handle inside. Gives it to Rochelle. Rochelle, go! Rochelle, go! Soaked in. Put that in your forward walk. Took it back a moment ago. Almost the second one. Round the body go. The Crows. In the net. Elodie! No, he did it! And he sealed the deal with an amazing goal.
William Rosilla, Jarman again, round the body, that'll do. Oh, that will do.
And pass out from Tyson Edwards to Jamison. They've richly deserved their win. And Adelaide are in the grand final. The scenes here are unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable scenes here.
Boot, Jasper. Didn't try and use the hands, just use the boot. Eddie Betts tried a little tunnel ball action, then he picked it up himself. Eddie, he's been threatening to do this. Eddie Betts kicks the goal. Martin back to 4 points.
Eddie Betts somehow gets it in. I reckon he did.
Oh, yeah.
He's going around. Has a shot.
Share this one, it favours Gallucci, he's away, kicks it to half forward, Jenkins has been good all night, he turns Honch inside out, he soccers to the goal square, it's a loose footy, who's going to get there first? Eddie's there hovering, Jenkins kicks a goal, they're in front.
He's rolling the pocket, takes the bounce, he steadies himself. Oh, he's got a kick in first. He's gone crazy. Good boy.
Oh, the goalie from the mark, and first goal it could have been. Picked up by Michaelani. Adelaide get a sniff. Ball goes down the wing. Clearly was held. Umpire didn't see it. And then he's taken in the ground. Umpire says it's okay. It goes to Gillette. He's to hit a target. Ball goes to the red side of the mark. Been taken by Murphy. Murphy can put Adelaide back in front. He'll kick from 45 metres.